Damn. Now I see why this is a hot take.
People in general nowadays are just super lazy too.
Welcome back. Back to another Money in Motion Monday podcast. We are going to be talking about hot takes, and we're going to give our sides of the hot takes um, and kind of go from there. But we have three main ones and then just some fun ones after that we'll kind of go on. But hot take number one, is AI replacing entrepreneurs or making them richer?
Richer for sure.
You think so?
I think so. Well, it depends. No, it depends what your field is. But I would say the majority, I would say like maybe 80%, I would say it's making them richer. If they're actually using it. If they're not using it, then yeah, it's replacing them for sure.
Yeah. I think, damn. Yeah, I agree with you in terms of, depends on field for sure. I think what a lot of people don't really see is that like big corporations are starting to use AI. And that's when you know like something is getting serious in terms of like becoming more mainstream. Like when it's used at that level, jobs are for sure gonna get taken. Like big corporations, billion-dollar corporations, trillion-dollar corporations are like, their jobs are to cut costs, and they do that by figuring out how they can save money. And AI is a resource they use to save money. So they can lay off 100,000 or 1,000 or just a couple thousand employees with an investment of maybe a few $1 million to hire or have AI created for them to solve an issue or a problem. Then they're gonna do it. Like that's just the reality. In terms of smaller scale, I feel like not so much. Smaller businesses, I think, are still in the niche of figuring out their own problems and finding their own solutions, like from other people or themselves, through themselves. So I think when it comes to smaller businesses, not so much. But I think it's still useful to use AI so that you can stay ahead of trends or make yourself more efficient, because there's a lot of times that AI can, in my opinion, help you solve problems or solve a simple question that you don't really have time to go and jump on a computer or do like a bunch of research for. Like you could just ask AI and it'll give you a breakdown of whatever topic that you're looking for. Maybe not to the level of in depth you're looking for, but it's at least a starting point. And some people don't even know where to start looking for. So.
But even if you think about it, like when you go to a store, like say Walmart, for example, dude, there's a shit ton of self-checkout. Like that's all fucking robotic, like.
Yeah, that's a form of AI.
Yeah, dude. I know certain stores obviously like don't allow it because of high def issues that they're having. But for the majority of stores, like you have all the AI computers, even what's it called? McDonald's has the self-ordering machine, like even then, like, so you start thinking about like, yeah, it's just one location, but you multiply it by how many locations do they have, say in just LA, at least I would say over 200 of Walmarts, right? Think about all those employees that are just done, cooked.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think
it sucks, but it's the reality, you know? And I think anyone that is doing their own business and, you're trying to work with your costs and whatnot, if you could implement AI to do the job as good as you were, you're going to incorporate it into your business. It just makes sense.
Yeah. I think not even just that. I think it's more of like with every downside of something, there's always an upside. So I think like, yes, AI is taking jobs, but in the tech world, a lot of jobs are being created for like AI related things.
Yeah.
I can't speak to like the amount of like jobs being taken and the amount of jobs being created, but I have heard and seen like more AI jobs like on Indeed or on LinkedIn. Like I see a lot more of those type of jobs pop up, or just in general, like, oh, we need AI specialists. We need someone that can do AI and like prompt it for certain things. And so um, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think it's completely bad,
yeah, a lot of people don't like it
which is
actually.
why it's a hot take.
Yeah, a lot of people do not like that. But then again, you know what? To add to it, like what I guess bothers me is because I see how many people we get in
Yeah.
that don't want to work, and it's just like it's you have these people that are complaining about not having jobs, but then the people that we do get in for a job, they don't want to do the work, or
Yes.
they complain about the work, which I mean,
Hmm.
some of the jobs are tough. Like I do overnight. I know that's not for everybody. It's going to be tough. You're naturally going to complain about it because you're tired. But it's like, would you rather have a job or no job? So there's jobs out there. It's just a lot of people just don't want to do their own research or don't want to do certain things. So I don't know.
I think it's that,
It's
and people think they can afford to be picky with jobs.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
it's for
I
sure.
think there's like so much fogginess in social media now, like saying, well, don't do something you don't want to be doing, and don't be
Yeah.
miserable in like a job. Like, it's just corporation, they don't care for you, and things like that,
Which
which
is to an
an
extent is
extent
true.
is true, right? Like big old corporations, like if you're lower level management or even just like a team member or an employee, regular employee of a company, like yeah, sure. Like if you get fired, they ain't even gonna feel it. They're not gonna care. You're gonna get replaced within the next week or two, and it's like moving on. Company didn't even care. Like right, that's true. But at the end of the day, like there's people that are like, oh, I'm not gonna do retail and I'm not gonna do this and that and fast food and I want a specific job and I have no like I have bad prior work history and all this other stuff and it's like, but I only am gonna accept this type of job. And it's like, dude, well, then don't complain when you don't have a job in 4 to 5 months because you are being picky. So I think that's like where the problem is. Like I
Hmm.
hear a lot of people complaining about the type of work and then they're like not happy when they don't have a job.
Hmm.
Uh, like if you really were desperate and really want a job and don't really um, like can't afford to be picky, then you're gonna take whatever comes to the table first, and then you'll run with whatever that flow is. And once the next opportunity comes, and yeah, like take the next opportunity. But if you're jobless and unemployed, yeah, you should not be complaining about, oh, I don't want to be in retail. Like, dude, be thankful that you're in retail or fast food or whatever construction job, landscaping job that you have before even complaining. Because I know a lot of people that are like genuinely work and can't even get a job. So,
Yeah, that's tough. That's
but
a good one.
yeah, but I hear that all the time. It's funny. Or honestly, like another thing, not to sidetrack off the AI thing, but the reason I think AI is starting to be more, how you said, replacing people, and why I think like companies are pushing it for so much is because people are just unreliable because of that mentality of like,
Yes.
they're like, well, we're trying to scale our business and we're hiring all these people, but they're like calling out because they have this bad mentality of like, you don't care for me, I don't care for you. I'm gonna do whatever I want. This is my career. It's just a temporary income paycheck to get me by my bills. It is what it is. Then like, yeah, obviously that business is gonna find alternatives to replace that half percentage of their employees that don't care and are just there for a paycheck. Um,
Dude, that's so true.
you know,
Yeah. That's so true, dude.
like
Yeah.
I think that's where like people
God
don't
damn.
see it. Like they think, damn, now I see why this is a hot take.
Yeah, dude. Well, because people in general nowadays are just super lazy too. Well, and I mean, I think like what you said earlier, like you have a lot of people telling people, well, even like us, we always say like, go do your stuff, like do what you want to do. But you do it as a side piece first, and then you make your way up to where you don't have to do
Yeah.
it. You know, like we fucking work
We're
our
doing this
normal
right
job.
now as a side job.
Yeah, you know, so and it's like I don't know. Although they are a lot of these new people or like younger generation, I guess, is super lazy. So yeah, I mean, it only makes sense to if you're a crappy worker, you're gonna replace them with somebody else naturally.
Yep.
So that's what bigger corporations are doing. They're replacing crappy people with AI, where there's no emotional or no strings attached. You know, it's just like you do your job. This is what's expected of you, and it gets it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. Damn.
Crazy. Well, I guess in terms of it's making entrepreneurs richer or replacing them, I think the simple answer is both. It's
Both.
making them richer and replacing people. It just depends on your niche, and I think depends on like how smart you are with your business, because it can replace you, but you're irreplaceable if you're of value. So,
Yeah.
so that was hot take number one. All
Yeah, I'm
right,
quitting
hot take
tomorrow.
number two is why college isn't required for business success.
Oh man, actually, you're perfect for this question.
Damn. Yeah.
Well, because you actually went to
Yeah.
college, you know, and you
So,
experienced everything.
um, for my college experience, I would say it's not required for specific things. So I would say this, like out of college, I got networking. I made like good connections. I met people in different, fields, like different majors and things like that. So now I have, in my opinion, like a fair number of people that I feel like, oh, okay, I know someone in this field, and I know someone in this field, and I know someone in that field. But for my major, I did criminal justice, a bachelor's, and then I did a minor in sociology, which you can use, but I feel like when you're going into the job force, like working for the county or you're working for something related in like criminal justice, you get capped at like like a pretty low salary. Like it's pretty tough to get a higher salary. I think like the common one you see people going into when you do like a criminal justice, it's either like you do like a paralegal or you do like law enforcement. You could do other jobs, but I feel like these are the most common ones I see people do in those majors. And I don't know, I feel like if you're not interested in either one of those two, it gets tough. Unless this is where like the second half is, if you want to do like a business related to that. Like if you want to do your own private investigator business, or you want to do like um I don't know, like a sci-fi something like related to criminal and like minds. Like if you do your own business with it, then I think yeah, like when you anyone that has their own business, you don't really have a cap of how much you can make. It's just like how much demand you create for your business. And that's where I feel like you really see a difference in income. Um,
I'm curious, actually, what made you pick those two?
well, at first I did want to do like law enforcement, but and that's just something that I'm interested in, like doing law enforcement. But I don't know. I feel like right now the world is in a weird state where it's just like the law enforcement doesn't really seem like that's like it doesn't seem like as a secure job as it was before. Where like they're a lot of them are getting like fired for sometimes this is like my own opinion, things that they didn't really do wrong. It's just being micromanaged by like everyone taking their phones out and like narratives being spun. Yes, there is like some people that do things wrong, and there's other guys that don't.
Yeah.
And like I have family in law enforcement, so like I get like both perspectives, right? I get the viewer standpoint and I get like the inside standpoint too of like someone that's actually in it. And I have a lot of friends in law enforcement as well, and like they all tell me the same things. Um, and I feel like just a lot of people, unfortunately, are really easily influenced, and like I think we all know this by social media, and like people see a headline on something and they run with that, and then it gets misconstrued. So like, long story short, I just think like right now it's something that like, yeah, I'm still passionate for. I am always going to support law enforcement, but I just think like, one, I think like in the process of starting a business with David and stuff, like I've realized that maybe there's other options for me, and I really have a lot of fun doing like business, and like the content stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, like I'm gonna give this a try, um, and if it works, great, and if it doesn't, I could always go back to doing law enforcement. Like it's not the end of the world. I'm still fairly young. Like I'm not cut off. I think their cutoff age is 35. So I got like 10 years, guys,
Oh
too.
yeah, dude. You're gonna
Um,
be busting caps back.
yeah. But I just think like that's where kind of I was like, all right, let me check out other options before I really sign my life away essentially to an agency. And because at that point, when you want to, like, when you start your career, like, just the way I see it is like, I don't want to be bouncing around career to career to career. It's like, if I'm going to do law enforcement, I was like, all right, that's my career, then I'm going to invest myself 100% to it. And right now I just knew that I couldn't, like, with the DB stuff and our YouTube and our podcast and our other brands, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So I'm like, all right, I mean, it's not something that's urgent for me right now. So yeah, it's kind of why.
Fuck, dude, that's
And I'm trying to
crazy.
make millions, so law enforcement ain't gonna pay me millions.
Gave you $1 million lawsuit, brother.
Yeah. We just got canceled with that one, chat.
Shoot.
But
That's
yeah, I
crazy
think-
though. That's because that's another hot take too. Like separate from this.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
That
hot
was
take.
that's a
and
crazy. That's a whole lot of controversy right there.
yeah, we're about to get canceled with this one. But yeah, I think that's why like college isn't necessarily necessary. Like for me specifically, I didn't feel like, I think I could have still been in the same place without college. Like I still would have probably done the brand and things like this. Like, and learning, I'm doing business, and I know I don't have a business degree or anything like that.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of friends that have business degrees don't even do business, or they're doing like, they work for like an agency or a company where they're like doing really basic things like paperwork and just contract stuff, which to some extent you need to know some of the like language and stuff, but it doesn't seem that complex. I feel like a lot of people and successful people that I've watched always say like, well, I don't have a business degree, I learned on the way, and so
Yeah.
it just depends on the route you're going and the business you're going to do. Like if you're going to do a tax business like that, you do have to do some type of training, schooling for that. If you're going to do like doctors, obviously you can't go to be surgeon on someone without having any practice and knowing what the heck you're doing.
What
So-
do you mean? We played operation.
Yeah, operation got us professionals. I mean, I was low-key goated on that game. But
Oh shoot.
it just depends. I think
It does depend. Yeah.
your profession and your career you're going into is a big part of your, if it's important to go to college or not, or it makes sense in my opinion. Because I know a lot of people that are making like really good money right now that are using their degree, and it just worked out for them because of their job choice and their career.
How rare is that though?
Damn.
Because like I know a lot of people that went to college that,
Yeah.
and this damn, it's gonna sound fucked up actually. I should not say that. I know people that went that just aren't doing anything with it, which goes to like what Bruce was saying. Like if you go for what you want to do and you know you want to do it, then obviously that's what you should
Yeah.
do. But it's something that I noticed that a lot of people, the people I know at least, tell me like I went, it turned out to not be what I expected it to be. I still finished, and now it's just there, and they're just working like normal
Yeah.
jobs,
I think like I don't want to say it's a problem, because some people it's just like a trophy to like for themselves to be happy.
You said it right there. It's a trophy for people.
Yeah, it's
Which
like, oh,
I don't
went to.
like.
Yeah, well, some people were like, oh, I want to be the first generation college student. Like, I want to graduate and be the
Okay,
first in
yeah.
my family, which
Cool. That's
completely
cool.
understandable. But if you're doing it only for that, and like you're spending money to go to college for something you're not gonna do, like you don't have to take the advice. But like don't spend money on something that you could have invested these thousands of dollars into something else that maybe could have helped you like set yourself up for like more financial freedom. Like I know some people that spend 30 to 40 to $100,000 on school,
That's
and then they
nuts.
spend 20 years or 15 years paying these loans off, and they're like, I didn't even go to college, or I didn't even use my degree. And it's just like, oh, why? And then they're like, oh, well, I just kind of went to college. I didn't really like it, but I finished it because I was already in too deep and all these other excuses. And I wanted to graduate. I'm the only one in my family, and my parents forced me to. And it's just like,
That
respectfully,
sucks.
like, dude, you gotta sometimes. And I know it's hard. Like, it's easier said than done. You know, like it's not everyone doesn't have that ability to like say no to their parents, or like they don't have that other option of like their parents. I know some parents do say like, if you're not gonna go to college, then you got to move out. You know, like those that does
Yeah,
suck. So
true.
I understand. Like, there's a lot of scenarios that we can go on and on about why people do that, but I think, you know, if you have the option to not go and you don't want to go, invest in yourself and try other things, because at the end of the day, college is always going to be there. You can go when you're 30, you can go when you're 40, if you really feel like you want to change career paths at that point, and then, you know, become a doctor at 40 years old. Like, it's been done. Like,
That's
in
true.
my college experience, I had multiple times in classes where there was like 50, 60 year olds in there doing classes with me that were just trying to get a bachelor's degree because they wanted at that point to be like, I got my degree, I lived my life, and I want my degree now, and like I'm already retired, and whatever the case is. So, you know, it's okay to do things backwards. It's not traditional, but it's okay. Like, people are just so scared to be like 40 years old in school.
I got a hot take for you that
Oh,
ties in.
damn.
Would you rather be, because like how you said earlier, I think this is especially big in like Hispanic families, like wanting to be the first like college graduate and whatnot. If you know that even your degree is not gonna be able to put you in a position to help your family, would you still, would you even bother doing it?
So this goes back to like what I was saying earlier. I think the best advice I can give to people, if like you don't have the option to go, not go to college because your parents are like, you have to move out, you gotta do whatever X, Y, and Z, and you just can't afford that. So you go end up going to college without any clue of what you want to do. I think the best thing and advice I would say is join clubs, like like whatever kind of clubs, like to get yourself out of your like, you know, your own circle, meet people. So that's networking. um, and then like when you're in classes and whatever classes you're taking, like network with your professors, because a lot of professors, especially like the older professors, they have had like some crazy careers. Like I had one professor that he was an ex nuclear scientist for the
What
military, and he
the?
had like a bunch of inventions. Like, it was crazy. So he was like super connected with like the FBI, the CIA, and everything, and he helped students that wanted to do those fields get into those fields. So like,
That's crazy.
if you don't want, if you don't know what you're gonna do, I think like make the most out of your college education without knowing what you're gonna do is network and meet people. Like, that's the best thing you can do, so that it's not a complete waste of time. Because you can graduate college and still not know what you're gonna do, but maybe you meet someone in college that ends up being your best friend, and then you guys start a business together, or that person starts something, and then you're like, oh shoot, like that's cool, like I want to do that too. Or maybe a friend gets a job somewhere and they help you get into that job. Or dude, there's so many like different scenarios that I've heard people of like literally a text away, hey dude, like I just graduated, I got this degree, like I know you're in here, like you're friends with them, and it's like, oh yeah, I could put a word for you, like I know you, and they
Mm.
recommend you to their employer, and then you get hired. And like I'm sure a lot of you guys know, getting a job right out of college with no work experience, if you have no work experience, is pretty tough. um, unless your resume is stacked with like internships and things like that. But yeah, I think like for me, like I was mentioning, I networked and like met people. So like for me, yeah, my degree isn't working for me right now, but I do have people that I know in different fields that like have reached out to me, or I can reach out to, and like for whatever I need. Like I know people that do like body work for vehicles. So if I ever get in like a collision, like hopefully knock on wood, and it doesn't happen, but like I know someone that can help me with those things. And like insurance claims like that. I know people in like in the medical field. I know people in like that work for NASA, like people in every category. Yeah, maybe we're not like the closest of friends, but like I still keep in touch with them. So that's part of networking, you know. You don't necessarily have to be like best of friends. It's about like leaving your mark on people and them remembering you.
Oh
So
yeah, that's big.
I would say like that's my hot take.
That was good. That was fucking good. Damn. Damn. We're about
Yeah.
to hate comments.
So where are we at? 26. That was my
Well,
take on that.
damn, dude. Honestly though, bro, I
David, without going to college, what do you think?
without going to college, I agree with you 100% with honestly everything that you said. Um, from my point of view, I just I think I know too many people that just went and wasted their time. You know, like you're fortunate enough to like realize the good that you got out of it. A lot of people don't even know, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They literally just get it just to say that they went and they got their degree. And you know, it's funny because I actually know someone that tries to like use it over like other people's heads, you know, where it's like, oh well, I have this and you don't. Or like, yeah, but look at the position that you are in, you know, like you're doing nothing with your life, which is crazy. But
Yeah.
which is, you know, and when you do stuff like that, it's just like, dude, like don't be a dick. Like I
Bro,
don't
who hurt you?
it doesn't make any sense, you know, like it's crazy. Like
No, that is true. That is
it's
true.
a trip, dude. And there's a lot of people out there like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I work with people. Some of I used to be the boss of people that have fucking crazy degrees, you know, and like because I was younger, a lot younger than them, they wouldn't listen to like my direction or anything because they felt entitled. It's like, bro, yeah, you have that
Huh.
piece of paper, but I'm still your
Mm-hmm.
boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which
And that's the craziest, like, gotcha, bitch.
yeah, yeah, that's
roll, roll that meme.
that's funny, dude. Holy smokes.
Nah, cause even with me with the degree, like it's crazy. Like there's status around the campuses that you've gone to and stuff. Like it's so weird. People are power tripping over things. And like people are like, oh, well, I graduated from a UC. I'm like, dude, I graduated from a CSU. I don't care. It's the same shit. Doesn't mean you're smarter than me or not smarter than me. Like it is what it is. Like at the end of the day, you still gotta listen to what I tell you because I'm the boss. So
Yeah, dude, that's sucking nuts, man.
uh,
But yeah, I would say because of that and like people I've known and just like my personal experience, I I just don't like again, and this is just for me. I never really saw myself going there because even like professional like athletes or like people that I would kind of I guess back then would look up to would always talk about like, yeah, I never went to school, like these people barely even graduated, you know, which I mean for the most part those people have like crazy talent, but
mhm.
they worked through that talent, you know. So my belief now is if you work hard enough to get into that same realm of talent, then you're it's kind
Mhm.
of sky's the limit, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like everything what we're doing, I feel the same way where like sky's the limit, you know, where something goes off and we can take care of our family. It's building generational wealth is what my goal is. And I never really saw that in college, honestly.
Mhm. Yeah, I think like in terms of like to kind of clarify what like one thing he was saying in terms of like people that like talented people, professionals that didn't go to college and then like yeah, he was saying working hard enough to get into the same realm of that talent is gonna put you at the same playing field. Like I do want to add like if you do want to go to college, that's fine, right? Like invest in that. I also will add and say college can be a shortcut to success in some cases. Like, I also know people that got really well paying jobs because of like going to college, and they like had a shortcut to that versus like, you didn't really have to work. You just got out of college, you applied, and you got the job because the paper says you're qualified, right? Like your bachelor's degree or your master's degree, whatever the case is. Whether, that was the case for you, or for example, hypothetically using David, he didn't go to college, and then like he now had to do 5 years of actual workforce labor to get himself, or 6 years or 7 years to get himself in the same spot that maybe that person got to in like, right out of college, right? Right? They went to college for 4 years, but I don't really consider that like actual work, like work experience. Like some people do just get the job for having the title and like the paper. So
For sure.
it can work for them, right? Like some people want to go that route, and that's 100% fine. But it does get harder and harder every single year to get in those lucky positions where, like, right out of college, you just get the miracle position and,
Yeah.
yeah, start making bank. But
Yeah.
hopefully, if that is your route, it works out for you. Or if you are in the other position where, like, you are kind of getting forced to college and you have, you know, you see the bright side in things, network, connect with people, meet people, um, connect with your professors. And also, like, in my opinion, you can also be like a role model to, like, if you have younger siblings, younger cousins, nephews, nieces, like, or just other cousins that are younger than you, like, lead by example. Be that example of going to college and not working out for you, or working out for you, and then you creating something for yourself, or using your degree to help you get to where you want.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
think for myself, that's what, like, I try to do to, like, set an example for my niece and nephews. Like, yeah, I went to college, and cool. Like, if they want to go to college, they can use me as an example. I went to college and I got a degree. Cool. Not just myself, but I have other siblings that did too. And two of them are using it, except myself. But also, like, right, like, I'm doing business stuff, so like I think my nieces and nephews that, like, they're growing up in the world of like social media, like content creator, things like that, like they see an untraditional route that I'm taking. And also my other sister, she does like content creation too. They see us using these platforms, and like I think it opens up their minds and, their options to, like, all right, I don't have to go to college now, like, because my uncle or my aunt or my uncle, they did these things without having like a degree related to it. Or my aunt and uncle that do use their degrees, are using their degrees in the fields that they're actually doing, and they're really successful and it worked for them. So I think, like, there's good regardless, like, as long as you can leave a positive impact and be a role model, no matter which avenue or
Yeah.
journey you take, like, that's what's important.
Yeah.
So that's
Make
what I gotta say for that.
make the most out of it if you go to college, just like Bruce did.
Yeah. Or don't, and fucking just,
Nah, don't do that.
or don't go to college and make the most of it, G.
Oh man.
All right. Well, next hot take right here is how social media is changing business forever. Damn, this kind of like transitions perfect.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, social media. I mean, not. It hasn't. It already took over. Like social media is everything. You market, you sell, you same shit. You build connections. That's like home plate for your business. Honestly.
Yep.
Damn.
I think
Damn. Repeat
I
that one more
think
time.
how
Please?
social media is changing business forever. I think it's changing business forever, like, because people don't realize that almost the entire world is on social media now. Like, billions of people are on social media.
Yeah.
And, like,
Free advertisement.
not that you can't be successful or your business can't be successful without social media, but you can take your business to, like, here without social media. Yeah, you may have cash flow, you might have like your loyal customers or clients or whatever, and you're making enough to pay your bills and be comfortable and stuff like that, and that's fine. Like, some people are okay with living that lifestyle, but people that are using social media in the same business niche are now accessing, hundreds and millions of other people that maybe 1% of those people are getting business or converting into business for that person. And it's like, imagine 1,000 people out of 100,000 or 1,000,000 people, like, that you reach become business. Like, think about how much more money you can make, and how much more financial free you'll be with all those clients. Yeah, maybe it's going to be a lot of more, like, a lot of work to manage all those clients or people, whatever business you're in. But I think it's important to, like, not limit yourself to just here. If you can reach here, then reach here and maybe land here. But don't just, like, to keep yourself caged down here, because that's not, like, what's going to get you to generational wealth, right? Like, a lot of us that are doing business are doing it for arguably the same reasons, I would say. It's like for financial freedom, of, like, doing what we want whenever we want, quote unquote, which is partially true and not really true, because you're always busy.
Yeah,
Taking care of your people, right? Like, a
they
lot
lie
of
to
people
us.
that have their parents around or grandparents or whoever raised them, like, oh, our goal is to buy a mom house or dad a house or retire our parents so they don't have to work anymore because they gave us the life we have, right? That's, like, I feel like the second reason as well that I hear. And third is like, well, I want to build generational wealth. Like, I want my kids, my grandkids, and things, like, to not worry about the same things we worry about. Um, at least that's what, like, I feel like we kind of have talked about, and we hear other business owners talk about all the time. And, like, if you want to get to that level, it's not gonna be being comfortable down here with just average cash flow of, like, $10,000 a month, right? Like, yeah, that sounds maybe like a lot to some people, but ten thousand
Nah.
dollars a month is not that much when it's you have kids, you have a wife or a girlfriend, you have a house nowadays in California where it's, like, super expensive. Um, you know, 10K is not that much anymore.
That's the
Like,
starter pack
unfortunately,
nowadays.
yeah, that's the yeah, that's not even the starter pack. That's like the G League pack right there.
That's the beta version.
Yeah. So, unless you move to, like, a really rural area where it's, like, just super cheap, or no one really wants to move there. Unfortunately, a lot
Yeah,
of people prefer to live in the,
Tennessee
yeah, expensive areas because of networking and just accessibility to resources.
climate.
Climate too. So, again, yeah, a lot of factors play into it, but I think social media is really, like, the gateway to elevate your income and really put your business or your service that you provide out into the world at, like, little to no cost, because you don't even have to run ads. Yes, like, big corporations run ads on their stuff, but you
Yeah,
know
dude.
we reach an audience of, like, average. I think our analytics on, like, Instagram is, like, anywhere from, like, 30 to, like, 70K every single month of people that we reach, and that's us running zero ads.
Yeah.
So, like, think about it. If we once we start running ads again, which we did in the very, very beginning, but we started to build, like, more of an organic audience. But down the road, like, we will run ads again. And, like, if we're already reaching 70,000 people with organic, just videos and no ads, once we start running ads, like, that's gonna probably, like, triple or quadruple, and we'll probably be reaching, like, in the hundred thousands, couple
Yeah.
hundred thousands of people. So
Oh yeah, that happens
yeah.
real quick and easy actually.
Mm-hmm.
So it you have the two options with social media. You have, like you said, free advertisement. Like if you something that we've noticed, like doing like doing your post consistency with consistency. We had a month where we were at like 90,000 um views monthly.
Mm-hmm.
We had that going for like 3 months, which
Mm-hmm.
it's when we were doing like our rollouts and whatnot. And then we kind of slowed down because we had other stuff going on, and it dropped down to like 70. Like you can see the whole breakdown on everything, and that's just with our our regular videos or posts that
Mm-hmm.
were pictures that we were posting. So when you start making money and you start doing like running ads and stuff like that, like Bruce said, like if you spend even say like I think the most we spent was like $40 on an ad, maybe I
Mm-hmm.
think. and with that, we had like over 13,000 views. So it
Yeah.
just depends, you know. You gotta also
We
think
actually got
about,
19,000 views
was it
on that one.
19?
Yeah, 19,000 views
19,000.
on
That's
our most
crazy.
viewed, I think, video.
Yeah, see, like that's a lot, you know. And we probably only ran a total of like 4 or 5 ads, you know, or it wasn't that much. We didn't honestly didn't spend that
Yeah, we
much.
were piloting it. We were kind of just seeing how it works.
Yeah,
But
but we realized quickly, like, okay, obviously, we want to build connection with like our community and build that trust first before we start trying to like invest in advertisements and stuff like that.
yep.
But yeah, it's changed the game for sure. Like, my grandparents would have no idea that like I get like Ralph's ads on my Instagram. Like, why? I just clocked the
Nah, I
fuck out,
blocked
dude.
them.
I did. But it's like and the way that they get to you is by paid ads, you know, because I don't follow them. So it's like, why am I seeing this? Well, as you're scrolling through stuff or what, or going through stories or whatever, it'll randomly just pop up there, you know. And if it's something that takes your interest, then obviously you click on it and you see what's about their page. But it
Mm-hmm.
was Ralph, so I was like, yeah, I'm blocking you.
Yeah,
But
blocking everyone on site.
yeah, but like, yeah, it's changed the game, dude. It's free advertisement. Obviously, there's paid ads if you want to do paid ads. And I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see it going back. Honestly, I don't see it going back ever.
All right, next hot take. We'll do like two more.
Should do one more.
Um, I kind of like this last one here.
This guy's trying to get us canceled out
If you
here.
want comfort, don't start a business. If you want control, don't stay employed. That's a hot take. And I'm agreeing.
I agree too.
um,
Yeah, when you're doing your own stuff, you have to learn how to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
yep.
real real fast, because
Yeah.
there's gonna be days where you're out till 3 a.m. trying to get stuff done that you need to get done, and if it doesn't get done, then you're screwed. There
Yeah.
goes your consistency that we were talking about. It
Yeah. Especially working with people with different schedules. Like,
Oh
thankfully,
yeah.
but not really thankfully, because I know like it's either I'm tired or David's really tired, and it's honestly mainly David, like the one not really sleeping as much. Like I'll get like a 6 hours usually per night. This guy gets an average of like 2.5, maybe on a good day.
On a good day, it's crazy, but he's right.
Which he's crazy, um,
But that's perfect to what the hot take is. You know,
yeah,
you
like
have to be comfortable, or not even be comfortable. I'm uncomfortable, you know, but in a sense, I'm comfortable because I know it's getting done for the
hmm
business.
yeah. So I would say like, yeah, we just if you wanna like have your own business, just be ready to like, you have to be ready to put all in and not give up, on the business. Like if you're gonna throw the towel in once things get hard, like then business is for sure not for you, and you'll learn that the hard way once you start your business. But like for us, we've been against the wall so many times where like we felt like damn, like we've hit the bottom, or like damn, we put all the eggs in the basket and it didn't go our way. What do we do now? And like one of the things that we've been told by our coach that she's noticed that we do good is like adapting. Like we're really adaptive to like things we do. So I think like you need to be able to have an adaptive mentality and like take the loss and move forward or learn from it and just keep going. Because the moment you continue like dwelling on the shit that you did or didn't do and like that, yeah, you're gonna be dunzos. But if you want control of your life, I think starting a business that can potentially lead to some financial freedom or just some time freedom, because maybe it's not fully about financially freedom. Like maybe you make only like a few 100,000 or like 200,000 maybe, right? Like maybe your career was paying you 80,000 a year and your business is paying you maybe 100,000, and the 100,000 puts you in a better place to have more time to be at home with your family and like you're happy with that, that's fine. Like having a business doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be a millionaire, and like that's not
Yes.
entirely true. Um,
Yeah.
but I think like if you want control of your own life and the decisions you make and the things you're doing day to day, is like having your own business or your own practice of whatever is the way to go. But if you want comfort, I think, and this is where like it gets a little tricky, is having a 9 to 5, right? Like a secure job that either has a union or no union, but like there's really good benefits and things like that, and you get paid a fair and well salary that you're comfortable living off of, and that's fine too, But I think there you have obligations to like, you know, depending on the company you work for, you get like holiday blackout dates where you can't even spend time with your family during the holidays because you can't request a time off, right?
That sucks.
Or you can't even request time off because there's no one there for the day or the week. Like there's short staff. Like there's a lot of things that can happen in retail, and like um, just working for like a different corporation, that like you have obligations, right? You need things to be met, which are things you're gonna have to do for your business. But the difference is like when you're doing these things and busting your ass and doing the back and forth for a business, a corporation, I feel like I'm speaking more for retail because this is like the fields that we're both in, is we bust our ass and then like we don't really see a return. Like it's like cool, next day, thank you for your hard work. Then to the next day, cool, thank you guys, like you guys finished today, like cool,
You
whatever.
might not even get a thank you, to
Yeah.
be honest.
So I think that's where like you have no really control like your life at that point. You become a robot almost. Some people love that life. Some people don't. I don't for sure. That's why I'm out here trying to grind.
Do you think people are in denial about it though? Like saying that
I
they're okay with it?
I
Or do you
think
genuinely think that people are comfortable, I guess we're talking about, just going in every day, doing their 9 to 5, getting shitted on by their boss?
so. A traditional person, some people, because there is really really good workers out there. For example, like not to gas ourselves up, but for example, like you and myself, right? Like we're not happy, but I think at some point we were, right? Like in the very beginning, like we enjoyed going to work. Like it was cool. Like when we were a little bit younger, I think we're like, oh, it was
Okay.
cool, fun. We were making money. We were buying things like cars, whatever, and it was cool. But now that we're realizing, because we have access to like this that we've built for ourselves, we're realizing, damn, like we're not appreciated in that life. So I think what's
Mm.
helped us realize the appreciation aspect of like control over comfort between the business and employment, like traditional, is this. I think if we never started
Hmm.
this, then we would have been like still stuck in the same loop of
The rat
the
race.
rat race of feeling fatigue, feeling over the job, but and then like every job goes like this, goes like this, goes like this, goes like this.
Yeah.
So you have your highs and lows on every career, and like that goes on as long as you have it. Um, so I think yes, some people are in denial, but other people aren't, and these are the specific people that I think are not in denial of it, and these are the people that are like retired people or people that have already done this, like people that I've met. People, you remember that dude Mike that we used to work with
The one that lived around the block?
no, he for the night crew when I worked there with you. There's this guy. He had like 15 massage parlors. Mike, remember he used to do Uber and he used to go to Thailand.
Oh shoot.
Mike, and he almost got
Yeah.
down with that
Yeah.
dude that's trying to break in overnight.
Dude, I forgot about holy smokes.
So there's this guy that he had 15 massage parlors, and he would, dude. One time he told me, I don't know if he ever had told you, but he would make like 30K a month, and he was just working overnight there just for like because he was bored, and he was
Yes.
just like, I just go and collect money from my massage parlors, and like that's it. Um, so like I think people like that, it's just like yeah, they're just there because they're bored. Like
Yeah.
they don't.
I totally agree with that.
He's
actually.
like, yeah, I'm just here to make extra money. Like, I'm bored as hell. Like, I got my whole system of things going on, and they're self-ran already. And it's like, whatever, Like, I do
That's
whatever I
crazy.
want.
That's crazy.
And there is people like that. Like, I've met people that are just on the retirement mode or almost that mode where they got other things behind the scenes going on, and they're just there to just kill time, which
Yeah.
is fine. But I still wouldn't trade my free time for retail. Hell
Yeah.
no.
Nah, that's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's no way. I think yeah, I see. I you know what? It's just because I always think about like I see people and I just like, okay, bastard, if I offered you 10 million and you use that 10 mil for the rest of your life, would you stop working? You know, and I know for a fact that everyone's gonna say yes, even if you offer 5 million. Because think about it, bro. Like even with at like our salary, or what not our salary, but what we make yearly, if you were to do that for 10 years, 20 years, you'll probably not even make $1 million or barely even
well, in
get
10
that.
years, we would make like a little bit less than 1 million.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's
And
crazy.
that's saying that you save every single penny.
Penny. And that's
Dude,
gross.
dude, yeah, exactly, dude.
Damn, brother.
So like when you really think about it like that, it's
Yeah,
like
I gotta go clock in for a shift right now. Damn.
no, but it's like, dude, because you think about shit like that, like, okay, I've almost been with Rouse for almost 10 years. I've been doing it for like 9 years now, dude. If even if I would have saved every single fucking penny, I would not. I would probably be like at maybe 500 or $600,000, and that's saying that we've saved every single penny.
That's crazy,
Dude,
brother.
that's how much my GT3 RS costs.
Hell no. Even including all the money we made as kids mowing lawns and shit, it's still not at $1 million.
Dude, there's no way, bro. There's no way, dude. So it's like, dude, I genuinely. The thing is, like he said, also, a lot of people just don't know, and you're kind of just taught this in school. Think about the school system. You wake up, you go in, say at what, like the average time, like 8 a.m. You leave at 3 p.m. You go home and you do homework and
Yeah,
have
it's
a
very
little bit of time.
systematized.
Yeah. So then you grow up thinking that that's normal. So your parents, you see your parents like, oh wow, okay, it's basically the same thing. You go to school, but you get paid for it, and it's kind of just like it's seeded in us to think that way, and it's I don't know, it's kind of scary, dude.
Yeah.
It's scary. I don't know. I think
Which I will say, like, I think having a foundation of like, damn, this is gonna be like probably a hot take or like really controversial, but I think like beginning ages all the way till like 10th, I would just say like elementary all the way through high school, like basics of learning is super important. Like you gotta at least try to make it through high school. I know there is the really like 0.001% of people that like dropped out of high school or middle school and like still became really successful, but that's like you cannot compare yourself to that. Like, dude, there's people that I know that can't even hold sentences together or can't even like have no social cues and like don't know how to even have eye contact. Like basic communication skills, basic addition, subtraction, like number skills. So I will say, yes, school is systematized and it's like it's created in a way that's like almost training us for an
failure.
average life. But I would say it's important for you guys to learn like the basic grammar, like math,
Yes.
numbers,
Yeah.
communications, and it's like important to also be around other students and kids because the reality is like kids are gonna be kids when they're in elementary, they're in middle school, and then in high school is like when you're learning about like your like transition to like adulthood and stuff like that a little bit. So not that it prepares you fully for life because it doesn't, but
The
I know
basics.
there is some things that go a long, long way, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I would definitely say like obviously math and English class super important, you know.
yeah, dude, brother. There's some people I'm like, dude, are you even speaking English to me right now? Cause,
They don't
or
know
even
how.
like writing to me in English, or like, what are you saying, dude? Straight foreign hieroglyphs to me, bro.
Hieroglyphs, that's crazy.
I swear.
Damn, dude. Yeah, they need to start using AI just to lay out their sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
you're
actually
right.
crazy, bro, because there is people that rely on AI, and this is where it can get bad. Going off topic a little bit, but people literally rely on AI a little too much
Yeah.
to like have it create emails for them or like basic sentences and like to send out for like communication between people or like
Yeah.
even like text messages like can you proofread my text message like bro
That's insane,
it's
dude.
bro it's actually so wild like I was going down a rabbit hole the other day of people that are like actually just like brain how to take a little intermission but yeah that was pretty much our little hot takes for the day. I know a lot of you guys are probably swinging at your TVs or your phones or your laptops right now.
Woo! Yeah, we're donezo's for
But,
sure.
you know, hopefully you guys forgot where the follow button was because we don't need the unfollows. We need the follows only.
Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel.
This was actually cool though. This was different. A
Yeah.
little bit. It's still in the same niche,
Yeah.
but a different style.
Yeah.
This is
Money Emotion
interesting.
Monday. And kind of on what our hot takes these are hot takes that were already out there. We were just kind of giving our own perspectives on them and what we thought why they were hot takes. Maybe they weren't hot takes to you guys, but if you agree, disagree, or want to add anything to what we had to say, comment it down below. Maybe
Give-
we'll respond to a couple of you guys and block you guys. No, just like
Yeah, give us some more hot takes.
yeah, give us some more hot takes. But
Oh, snap.
yeah, this is pretty fun. It was cool to like kind of just put ourselves outside of, you know, the average kind of mentality and just think outside in and inside out
Yeah.
because we kind of are doing both. So we were able to kind of relate and think about both. But yeah,
And
cool.
everything is all it's all subjective, you know. So
Yeah,
this is our person from our own like personal experiences, you know. So like, don't ever take anything we say like offensive or if it's directed at you, you know, because it's just from our experience, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's true. Where this is all just for our experiences. So if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. But you know, we can't control that.
better put on an extra size because
Yeah, you wanted
you don't want to fit in it.
oh crazy. Oh damn. We have Bumblebee out here.
Yeah.
We saw that dude on the
Bumblebee.
camera.
We're shooting the B movie part
Yeah. Yeah, he got pissed off.
That
He was
was
about to come
crazy.
sting us,
Yeah,
or
it's,
us
it's
talking
okay. Not everybody's good with the camera, you know. Some people are camera shy. It's okay.
shit. But yeah,
Cool.
like, comment, subscribe, share. Let us know what you guys think, and yeah, we'll catch you guys. Cool. Peace.
Peace.